Miracle. I prayed and God answered my prayer. See, but God uses people like Paul. All right. Oh, that works both biblically and St. Andrew's wise. Okay. Good morning. Thank you for being here. Lots of familiar faces, a few new faces. So this is just general information about the trip. And so if you've been before, a lot of this will be familiar, but I want to just go through and share a little about it. And then a couple changes that have happened in the last year. So, but I always like to start with my own story with it, which was it's now 9 years ago that I built the first house with the church for Carlos and Violetta, and I did get to see him quickly last time we were there. But that gift of a home in those 9 years has made such a difference for that family. He had come to the United States, I believe illegally, had been involved in drugs, had gotten arrested, was in prison here in the U.S., eventually was deported back, had his life changed at the church there in El Zorrillo that he attended, met his wife, they married, they had a kid, and the church had recommended him to receive a house. And that house makes such a difference for families. And for them, I know they've added on to the house. They have to buy the land, but they added on to the house. They have another child now. He's now a pastor with the church and leads a men's Bible study in a prison there in Mexico. So what we do makes a huge impact. The 3 days that you give to go build a house makes a huge impact. And I know for those that went last year, when we go back and see those two families, you'll see that impact as that the gift of the house has made for them. So, and I'm excited to be able to do that because they're closer to where we are. So we'll be able to go visit. Let's see. Oh yeah, that was when I had darker hair. So, all right, well, we do this through Yugo Ministries, and they are an interdenominational nonprofit. They're based out of Chula Vista. They started as a youth organization, but they now pretty much are mostly home building in the Ensenada area. They also do outreach ministries. They actually now run a church from the place that we stay in, Ensenada, so that it has expanded a great deal over the years. But I like using them because they provide everything from the ground up, so it's very easy for us to come in and be able to offer this gift of a home through their program. So they are based in Chula Vista is where their offices are, but we're going to be going to the Ensenada campus. So if you're not familiar with Mexico, we'll go through Tijuana. Well, we'll go around Tijuana. And then it's about a 2.5, 3 hour drive down to Ensenada. It's beautiful, ocean views all the way down. And the houses that we build will be likely right in that area as well. And what we're going to do is build a 320 square foot home that looks like this drawing, and I think there's a drawing in the information sheet as well if you really like schematics. It has a main sort of living room area, and it'll have 2 bedrooms. We will arrive on site, and what are we going to find when we get there? A cement foundation, which a bunch of stuff on it that we have to move off right away. It's always right there on the foundation. And within half an hour, we'll be putting up walls. We'll be painting. We'll be doing all sorts of things. We will furnish it with beds based on what the family needs. We may put an oven in. You may get to roof. Roofing is a lot of fun. Linda's not here, but Anne's here. And as you can see, Anne still has both of her legs, and she did not fall off the roof, so all is good. You may even get to build an outhouse. Last year, we got to paint it. We got to carry an outhouse up the biggest hill I've ever seen. That was quite the experience. So, and I'm sorry, I don't have pictures from the other site. I got to get, because I only had my pictures. So we will furnish the home. We'll build it with them. So these are some of the things that go inside. We're going to bring all of that stuff with us. And eventually, then, we will hand them the key. And this family depends on the family. A lot of times they work with us on the site. Sometimes if they're working, they don't. If they have kids, the kids are often there. Sometimes they're not. But you get to really meet the family. And I put this picture up because that's Gregorio, the father. And it's hard to see in the window, but one of the things we'll do as a church, because this gift comes from our entire church, is we signed a 2x4. So everybody at the church signed a 2x4, and then we usually put it inside the wall of the house. Well, I went to go start doing that, and Gregorio said, no. And he wanted it hung in their bedroom. So the wood that was signed for that house is hanging in their place because he was so proud of that. And so it's beautiful. I can't tell you what a life-changing experience it is for them and for you. So we will go up on Thursday, February, I don't have the dates memorized yet. What is it? February 15th. So you will get to celebrate either Ash Wednesday or Valentine's Day or both, whatever you want to do on the 14th, because that's the day before. But the next day, we'll meet here at about 10:30, I think is when we met. We'll have details. Don't worry about that now. But then we'll drive down. We caravan as a group, so I'll need some people to be drivers. We will make our way across the border. Getting across the border is very easy and very quick most of the time, although I just went down to play golf down there, and I had to wait crossing the border for the first time, like going in. But we went in the morning, which I think is when people are going into work. So that must be what they were going to do. So we'll cross over, make our way down to Ensenada, and we stay there at the Yugo campus. They have wonderful facilities. You can ask anybody who's been there, but I'll show you some pictures. This is our group last year outside the Ensenada campus, and that's after 4 days of building a home. So everybody has their fingers, and they're happy. And they're also like, we're going to get in the cars and head back now. So there's a building here. There's one across the street. They are all secure and safe. There is a security guard that is outside all night. They are locked at night, so we are in a safe area. This is the interior of the campus, and there are... This is the patio area where they have a little cafe. In fact, I think I have nope, this is inside in the meals. I don't have any pictures of us eating, so this is like a 6-year-old picture. But the food, how is the food? Amazing. I don't need to do any of this. I just have to ask all of you that have gone. The food is amazing. You will not starve on this trip because there's not only the food they get, but then we often have second dinner. And so there's all sorts of great food. This is what the rooms generally look like. They are bunk beds that have full twin mattresses on them. You can bring your own sheets or sleeping bag to put on them. There are some rooms that have triple bunks. Anyone in the triple bunks last year? That are way up on the top. But you know, there will be rooms to stay in, and they're comfortable. There are indoor bathrooms and showers. I understand there's a new, let's see, what did they do? Oh, this year they've provided soap, shampoo, and conditioner in the showers, so you don't have to bring that. They raised their prices this year, but that was one of the lists in the, well, here's some of the bonuses that come with the raised prices, so that was one of them, so you don't have to do that. The water pressure is, it's okay, but it's a shower, you're cleaning off, and it's warm. So There is a coffee bar in there with snacks and all sorts of stuff. There is Wi-Fi available, so if you have to check back home on any of those things, that is there. The water is safe to drink, just not from the sinks, but there is a full filtration system, and you just go up with your water bottle. You'll need to bring a water bottle. And we'll have a meeting, once the team is all put together, I'll have a meeting where I go over, here's what you need to bring, here's what you need to have. So these are just generalities. But they do have clean water, so that's available. We'll go to worship in the morning and evening, about a 20-minute worship service. They have a great band. They have a good speaker. This is the stage area where they do that. Let's see, what else? I talked about caravans. Let's see, any questions on the trip itself? Again, I'm kind of going fast because I know most of you have gone, but any of those that haven't gone that have a question you'd like to know about? Because otherwise I'll go on to the how do I go. So here is the how do I go part. So as I said, the costs increased this year. So our cost had to go up a little bit. So it's going to be $350. Ignore the to be determined. It's $350. It's actually $380, but the price jump was so big this year, we wanted to ease into that. So we're going to build in a little support for that to try and keep it a little bit down. So the $350 is your cost to go as a team member. This pays for your food, your lodging, supply. It's not paying for the house. The church is going to raise the money for the house. So this is just your registration fee to go and be part of the trip. You will need a valid U.S. passport. If you don't have one yet, there's time, but you want to go apply for that right away because you need to have a passport in order to get back over the border. I did, when we crossed back over on my recent trip, ask about the ready lanes. So I asked the guy, there's several ways. Crossing the border back can take, I've had it take 5 hours, I've had it take 2 hours, I've had it mostly take about 3 hours. There are these ready lanes, and I asked about those. Everybody in the car does have to have the ready lane. The border patrol person said everybody has to have it. In the car. So it can't just be the driver. It would have to be. That's the Sentry lane. That's like one up, and then everybody's got to have it there. But I said, for just ready lanes, he says, yes, everybody has to have it. So if you can get your whole car to get it, it's like an extra, I don't know, it seemed too confusing, so we'll just cross the normal way.
When because I had to buy my passport last year, it's an additional approximately $100.
Yeah.
You get an ID card, which is in place of a passport.
Right.
Essentially, but it's linked into a database, so
yeah.
you just show that, and they can just quickly read it and move on.
And it goes through. So.
But we need some time at the border because
You've got to be able to buy things. That's right. That's right. All sorts. You got to have some time. So you do have to have a passport, and I just say that so you can get to working on that now if you don't. Sign up. We ask you to register by December 1st so that we have a good idea of who all is going. And the registration is on the back of that. Here. This also gives you some information. I try to do all the frequently asked questions. So on the back page, there's a QR code to sign up. You can go there and register, and then you'll get an email that will send you to a link to a place where you can pay. If you want to pay in installments or something, talk to me about that. We can make that work. We want to make it so that people can go. The next area is another new thing for this year. So let me just introduce this idea. In order to build 2 homes, it's going to take $19,000. That's basically per home. The cost of for 2 homes. Sorry, yes, per home. Split it in 2. What is that? What? But yeah. See, all of it. It's not an easy one to do. Is it 9,500, right? So this church can easily do 1 house. We can easily do about 1.5 houses. It starts to get a little tougher to get that just because we're a small church. So we started thinking this year, what could we do? So what we're asking, we're encouraging, if you want to be part of the team, if you could try to do a little outside fundraising. We're hoping if each person can kind of raise an extra maybe $300 or $400 that goes on the team, that's like an extra $10,000 total. The reason I bring this to the teams is because if we can't raise enough to build 2 houses, we can't take 35 people. We can only take a smaller group. And I will base that just on who registered first. We'll just do that. But I don't think that's going to happen because we tried an experiment that seems to have worked very well. So this other QR code is to a GoFundMe page. And you can scan that code and you can go there and share it through your Facebook, your Instagram, whatever social media you want. You can email it to people. We had somebody try it, and within a day, they'd raised $460. There is now $960 raised as of a week ago, I think. Plus, not only in addition to that 960 that's on there, but because this person advertised it with their friends, 2 people said, well, we'll also write you a check. So I think we've already raised about $1,900 for the trip. It was easy. Like, my wife's turning 50 this year. I'm allowed to say that because she's having a big party for it. But instead of gifts, she's putting that on her Facebook and just going to attach the GoFundMe. And people trust GoFundMe. It's easy. They'll give $25, $200. I think this is really going to help. So I'm really encouraging, especially all of us that want to be on the team, if you can just share that and see if we can get a little extra through there, that will be a great help. Or if your companies do anything, any kind of matching or any of that. So questions on that?
If you end up raising more than the 19,000 that you need, are you going to bank it for next year's issue, or are you going to?
Yes. Yeah, yeah, I'm hoping we have that problem. That would be great. I mean, we had that with Rise Against Hunger last year. We raised more than we needed, so we just banked it, and now we'll use that towards this year. And the same would be true of the mission trip. Yeah. So, yeah. I mean, this is our 3rd year doing it. It's this church has done 3 homes and changed 3 families' lives. And it's, yeah. Yes.
Pastor, I know last year what you did, which was, I thought, pretty cool, was people could, let's say, buy the electrical, or people could buy a window.
Right.
Where people felt kind of invested
Mm-hmm.
in the project because they felt like they were,
Exactly.
they were.
And that'll happen again. November is when we're going to raise for that.
So would those funds then go to the building fund?
Oh, that all goes to the building fund.
So that would be part of that fund.
Oh, yes. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm pretty sure our church, in fact, I already had somebody generously pay for both foundations. So, and the foundation cost went up. That's hard to say we have a foundation here. The cement foundation, they went up by 50%. So, but we've had that paid for. So we're already we're almost 5,000 towards the goal already, and we haven't even asked the church yet. But I'm usually on those first couple of Sundays when we put that out there, I'd say we get between 8 and 9,000. Yeah.
So we quickly funded 1 house last year because it was 8,000 last year.
Oh, that's a good, yeah.
we'll make them $30 just because we still want it to be very accessible. If you want to donate, a couple walls, that's great. But, those $30 gifts go a long way, a lot.
Um,
We're not starting that though until November.
just so you know what the costs and how they all go, the houses themselves, just the basic house with nothing in it, is $7,500 a piece. $6,000 for the house, $1,500 for the foundation. Then the extras that we do, all the baseboards, bunk beds, outhouses, and it all depends on what the family needs. Those roughly run about 30, half of that, so about $1,500 or so a piece. So and then we bring linens and dishes and things that we buy here, which is another about $700 or $800. So that it's 3 levels of things, but I think we're gonna do well. I think with the GoFundMe plus the church giving, I know we're gonna be good. Yeah, it's gonna be good. So, yeah. That is where we've gone when we've fallen short. So I suppose, truthfully, I'd like it if we didn't have to go to them, but we certainly will if. Yeah. They kicked in about 4,000 last year. 3,000, because we ended up getting more. We did the Christmas Eve, the Christmas offering went towards the house as well, so that helps. Yeah. Yes?
Have you considered including insulation in the walls and the ceiling? It just seems like a shame to me to drywall everything with no insulation there, even being close to the water.
Yeah.
It's going to be hot in the summer and cold in the winter.
I don't know if that, I've never seen that as an option that they let you do. I know they don't let you really modify the house too much because they want to be giving equal to everybody who gets them. So I've never heard, though, whether that's an option or not that people can pay, we could do extra for. So I'd have to ask. Yeah.
At least consider bringing light fixtures. They gave us the little ceramic deals. That was it. You screw a bulb in.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it wouldn't cost much to buy 1, 2, 3, 4 light fixtures.
Like,
Home Depot.
yeah.
But would they get all upset?
I don't know. There is some customizing that happens, but it also, they try to keep it pretty, pretty basic. But those, let me ask about those questions and ask if people have done that in the past. Because, like last year, the one house, they ran that long electrical.
Did the electrical,
And-
and then they really wanted us to help with the bars on that.
Yeah, so, yeah. Yeah.
I'll ask the question for the new people. Do you need to know how to build anything?
Do you need to know how to build anything? No. There will be something for everybody to do. There is painting and staining and chopping. You'll learn to nail drywall. You'll learn to cut drywall. You'll learn to mud. You will get messy, right? You'll learn where not to step on the roof. You'll learn how to, youth go up and do the shingles on the roof. So yeah, literally no skill. In fact, actually, let me explain that part as well. We not only get all the materials to build the house, we get a construction supervisor. So there is a person that builds at least one house a week, if not 2 houses. They have this down to a science, and they're with us the whole time. So they will be going, you do this, you go do this, come on, you do, and then you just go and you do it. So, everybody's able to do it. Our first year, there was, 15 of us. Did we have 15? And nobody knew what they were doing, and we got it all done. And Kristen and I left in the middle of the first day, and they still got it all done. So, yeah. And we are praying Hal is going to go this year. You are going this year. So, anything else? All right. Well, if you have other questions, feel free to ask. You can email me. That packet should have everything you need, and I guarantee you will love this experience and can't wait to go back the next year. Even our youth, right? Yep, it's a great time. So, all right, thank you for being here.